Feel that. Before you do anything else, before you allow the mind to name it, just feel it. There is a subtle hum, a high, clear vibration just behind your eyes. It is not a headache. It is not fatigue. It is the thrum of a silver wire being pulled taut. For weeks, perhaps even months, there has been a kind of static in your head, a fog that rolls in without warning, making decisions feel heavy, making words feel clumsy and distant. You have been moving through the world with a slight delay, as if you are hearing things a second after they are said, as if you are speaking through a veil. You have grown accustomed to this state, this low-grade diffusion of your own brilliant energy. You have perhaps even mistaken it for your new normal, a consequence of age or stress or the relentless weight of the world. But now, feel it again. That hum, that clarity pressing against the inside of your skull, seeking a way out. Notice the restlessness in your hands, a desire to fidget, to hold a pen, to tap out a rhythm on the table. Your hands want to articulate something your mouth has not yet dared to form. This is not anxiety. Let me be the first to tell you, this is not a symptom of something wrong. It is the unmistakable evidence of something finally, precisely, coming right. That sensation is a signal. It is the first tremor of a vast cosmic engine turning over, an engine whose primary gear is located directly in the center of your own perception. What you are feeling is the arrival of a current, a stream of pure, unadulterated intellectual and communicative power that has been traveling toward you for some time. It is Mercury, the divine messenger, the psychopomp, the guide between worlds, and he has just reached the apex of his power, the peak of his speed and clarity, and he has chosen your nervous system as his conduit. This is not a gentle shift. This is a dam breaking. Within the next 72 hours, the fog you have been living in will not just lift, it will evaporate as if it were never there. The words you have been searching for will not just come, they will arrive fully formed, shimmering with an honesty so sharp it will take your breath away. This is a window of time that is almost impossibly rare. It is a moment when your personal mind is perfectly synchronized with the mind of the cosmos. A gate is opening, and what is on the other side is the conversation you have been avoiding, the idea you have been circling, the decision you have been postponing. And the gate does not stay open forever. Something in you knew this was coming. That is why you are here. A deeper, quieter part of you felt the pressure changing and sought out a translation for the feeling. So let us begin that translation. Let us walk through this gate together before it closes. To understand the magnitude of what is happening inside you, you must first understand what is happening far, far above you. Most will tell you this is simply Mercury in a powerful position. They will use simple terms, like a planet being in its home sign or moving direct. This is true, but it is a criminally incomplete picture. It is like describing a tidal wave as a bit of a high tide. What is occurring right now is a convergence, a celestial alignment of such precision that ancient Babylonian astrologers would have dropped everything, lit the sacred fires, and watched the sky for 3 straight days. Mercury, the planet of mind, of contracts, of language, of the bridges between one soul and another, is not just strong. It is currently at its fastest possible orbital speed, what is known as its maximum velocity. Imagine a divine archer who has been slowly, methodically pulling back the string of his bow for months. Your thoughts have been slow. Your words have felt stuck. Because the arrow was being drawn back, gathering tension, gathering potential. Right now, in this moment, the string has been released. The arrow is in flight. This is not just speed, it is also clarity. Mercury is in a state of supreme purity, free from the obscuring rays of the sun, yet close enough to be illuminated by its core truth. The medieval Persian masters called this state being in the heart of the sun, a kazemi. It is the moment a planet is not burned by the star, but baptized in its fire, reborn in its undiluted essence. The messenger is not just carrying a message from the king. The messenger has become one with the king's own voice. His words are the king's words. Your thoughts right now are not just your thoughts. They are echoes of a central, organizing truth. They are transmissions. This combination of maximum velocity and maximum clarity is the key. It is why you feel that hum. It is the sound of an arrow loosed from the cosmic bow. And that arrow is aimed directly at the center of the truth you have been hiding from yourself. The last time this particular convergence occurred with this intensity, entire empires shifted their course based on the words of a single advisor. Treaties were written that held for 1,000 years, and poems were transcribed that would outlive the stone they were carved upon. This is not a time for small talk. It is a time for covenants, with others, and more importantly, with yourself. Let us use a metaphor to make this real, to bring it down from the heavens and place it directly into your hands. Imagine your soul has a private study, a room where your deepest truths are kept. For the last several months, the scribe of this study, the one who writes down your contracts with the world, who clarifies your thoughts into binding agreements, has been away. He has been deep in the archives, reviewing old pacts, sorting through outdated beliefs, and generally taking stock of a lifetime of mental clutter. Your study has been quiet, perhaps a little dusty. You have gone in there looking for an answer and found only echoes. You have tried to write a new chapter and found the inkwell was dry. This is the fog, the delay, the static you have been feeling. It has been a necessary period of review, of quiet accounting. But now, he has returned. The cosmic scribe is back at his desk, and he has not come back empty-handed. He has returned with a new bottle of ink, black and permanent. He has brought a freshly cut quill, so sharp it can slice through illusion. And he has opened a great empty ledger on the desk, its pages smelling of possibility. The hum you feel behind your eyes is the scribe trimming the wick of his lamp, the light growing brighter. The restlessness in your hands is the scribe tapping his fingers on the desk, waiting for you to begin. He is ready to take your dictation. This is the crucial part. He is not here to tell you what to think. He is not the author. You are. He is the one who gives your thoughts form, who gives them weight, who transforms a fleeting internal whisper into a documented, undeniable reality. For the next 3 days, his pen is poised over the page, and the silence in your inner study is over. The time for sorting through the past is over. The new ledger is open, and the first entry is waiting. What will you write? What truth, what decision, what promise has been waiting for this moment of perfect, terrifying clarity to finally be recorded? You must understand, whatever is written in this ledger during this transit is not written in pencil. It is indelible. It is a new law for your life. The scribe does not deal in drafts. He deals in declarations. Now, bring your awareness out of the sky, out of that mythical study, and into the landscape of your own body. For this is where the ink is mixed, where the paper is made, where the scribe truly does his work. The body does not lie, and right now, your body is a perfect mirror of this celestial event. It is the resonant chamber for Mercury's song. Place a hand over your throat. Do you feel a warmth there? A subtle tightness? This is the physical sensation of unspoken words, of conversations rehearsed in silence but never given voice. It is the pressure of the unwritten letter, waiting to be posted. This warmth will build over the next 48 hours. It is not an illness. It is a readiness. It is the truth warming itself up, preparing to be spoken. Now move your awareness to your solar plexus, the space just above your navel. There is a fluttering there, a churning. Not the heavy knot of anxiety you have grown used to, but something different. A kind of excited quickening. This is the scribe's energy. The energy of pure thought moving at high velocity, activating your center of personal will. It is the feeling of your own mind coming back online, reconnecting to your gut, to your instinct. The head and the gut are finally speaking the same language again, after a long and painful separation. This is what the ancient Egyptians understood so deeply. They knew the mind was not just in the head. Their scribe god, Thoth, was not just a god of writing, but also of magic, of measure, of the sacred balance of the universe. In their mythology of the afterlife, the heart of the deceased was weighed on a scale against the feather of Ma'at, the feather of truth. If the heart was heavy with lies, with regret, with unspoken truths, it would outweigh the feather, and the soul would be lost. If the heart was light, clear, and honest, it would balance with the feather, and the soul would pass into paradise. This Mercury transit is your personal weighing of the heart, the thoughts that are rising in you now. The sharp, clear, and perhaps uncomfortable realizations are not your enemies. They are not anxieties to be suppressed. They are the contents of your heart being placed on the scale. That churning in your gut is the scale trembling as it seeks its balance. The question this transit is asking you, the question Thoth himself is posing, is this: what is weighing on your heart? What lie, what silence, what compromise is making your spirit heavier than it needs to be? For the next few days, you have the chance to remove that weight, to speak the truth that will make your heart as light as a feather. There is a conversation you have been rehearsing in the dead of night. You know the one. It plays out in your mind while you are driving, or in the shower, or in the moments just before sleep. You have run through it 100 times, 1,000 times. You have imagined every possible response, every branching path the dialogue could take. You have felt the flash of anger, the sting of tears, the hollow ache of the aftermath, all within the silent theater of your own skull. And yet, the curtain never rises, the words are never spoken aloud. The script remains a draft, locked away. You have told yourself you are waiting for the right time. You have told yourself you are trying to protect the other person. You have told yourself it is more complicated than it seems, that the consequences are too great. These are sophisticated, intelligent lies. They are the stories a brilliant mind tells itself to justify its own paralysis. This Mercury transit is not here to give you a new script. The script is already written. You have perfected it through endless, silent rehearsal. No, this transit is here to do something far more potent. It is here to dissolve the seal on your lips. It is here to dismantle the fear that has kept the words captive. It is here to give you not the content, but the courage. The clarity that is dawning in you right now will illuminate one simple, devastating fact. The right time will never arrive. It is a fiction you have created to postpone the necessary discomfort of growth. The perfect conditions will never manifest. There is only now, and the truth that is pressing so insistently against the back of your teeth. The scribe is waiting, his pen dripping with ink, and he is asking you to dictate the opening line. He is reminding you that a story cannot begin until the first word is spoken. The person you need to have this conversation with may be a partner, a parent, a child, a friend, or a boss. Or, and I need you to listen very closely to this, the person you need to have this conversation with might be the one you see in the mirror. It might be the conversation where you finally admit what you want, what you will no longer tolerate, what you truly need in order to feel alive. It might be the moment you stop performing and start living. Let us be honest with one another, you and I. This silence you have been keeping has a cost. You feel it in your body as a constant low-grade tension. You see it in your life as a lack of true vitality, a sense of going through the motions. You have convinced yourself that this silence is a form of kindness, a way of keeping the peace. It is not. It is a slow poison for you and for the person you are not being honest with. A relationship that is sustained by a lie, even a compassionate one, is not a relationship. It is a shared hallucination. An unspoken truth does not disappear. It calcifies. It becomes resentment. It builds a wall, brick by silent brick, until the people on either side can no longer see or hear each other at all. You think you are protecting them from a painful truth, but what you are actually doing is robbing them of reality. You are robbing them of the chance to react, to grow, to change, or to leave. You are making a choice for them, and that is not protection. It is control. And you are not just poisoning the relationship, you are poisoning yourself. Every day that you swallow the necessary words, you are telling your own soul that its truth does not matter. You are prioritizing a fragile, artificial peace over your own authentic existence. That is a terrible price to pay. This is the reversal statement I need you to hear. The pain of the truth is temporary. It is a clean cut, a flash of fire that cauterizes the wound and allows for new, healthy tissue to grow. The pain of silence, however, is chronic. It is a dull, persistent infection that slowly drains the life out of everything it touches. The clarity that Mercury is offering you right now is a gift. It is a sharp, merciful blade placed in your hand. It is the universe telling you that the time for slow poison is over. The time for the clean cut has arrived. It will hurt. Of course it will hurt. All birth involves pain. But it is the kind of hurt that leads to healing. It is the kind of hurt that leads back to life. You have been preserving a dying thing for far too long. This is your permission to finally let it go and to see what new life grows in its place. So, here is what we are going to do. We are not going to let this potent, luminous energy dissipate into more silent rehearsals. We will anchor it. We will give it form. We will perform a ritual of transcription, a 3-day practice to honor the return of the scribe and to finally write the unwritten letter. This is not about esoterica. It is about sacred psychology. It is about using physical acts to signal a profound internal shift. Tonight, on the first day, you will prepare the space. You will need 3 things: a single, clean sheet of paper, the best you have, a pen that feels good in your hand, one with dark ink, and a glass of clear, cool water. These are your tools. The paper represents the vast, silent potential where the truth has been hiding. It is the blank page of your next chapter. The pen is your mind, sharpened now by this transit, ready to act as a conduit. The water is the great emotional ocean from which all truths emerge, the source of your courage. Tonight, you will not write. The first step is not action, it is intention. Find a quiet moment. Place these 3 items before you. Sit down and simply be with them. Place your hand flat on the surface of the paper. Feel its coolness, its emptiness. Feel the possibility contained within its fibers. This is not an absence, it is a waiting. Then, Pick up the pen. Hold it in your hand. Do not uncap it. Just feel its weight, its potential for creation and destruction. This is your power to articulate, to define, to make real. It is a sacred instrument. Finally, take the glass of water. Hold it up to the light. Then, drink it all, slowly. As you drink, you are consciously internalizing the courage of the deep. You are acknowledging your own emotional thirst for honesty. Once the water is gone, with the pen and paper still before you, close your eyes. You will ask one question, speaking it aloud in a whisper to the quiet room. You will ask it of the scribe, of your soul, of the universe itself. The question is this: what is the one truth that must be written now? Do not search for an answer. Do not strain. Simply ask the question, and then let it go. Get up, leave the items where they are, and go to sleep. The answer will meet you at the edge of consciousness. It may come as a word in a dream, a clear thought upon waking, or a persistent feeling in your gut. Your only job is to ask the question, and then to listen for the echo. On the morning of the second day, you will return to your sacred space. The paper, the pen, the empty glass. The answer from your subconscious will be with you, a quiet certainty in your bones. It might be a single word: freedom, honesty, goodbye, begin, enough. Whatever it is, hold that word in your mind as your guiding star. Now, you will take the pen, and you will begin to write. This is the act of transcription. Your only rule is this: you must not, under any circumstances, edit or censor yourself. You are not writing for an audience. You are not crafting a legal document. You are allowing the scribe to take dictation from your soul. Write the letter, the one you have rehearsed 1,000 times. Address it to the person who needs to hear it, even if, and especially if, that person is you. Do not worry about grammar or punctuation or how it will be received. Just let the ink flow. Let it all come out. The anger, the sadness, the longing, the disappointment, the hope. Fill the page. If you need another, take it. Write until you feel a shift in your body. Write until the warmth in your throat subsides. Write until the churning in your solar plexus settles into a calm stillness. Write until you feel the great weight on your shoulders begin to lift. When you are finished, when the current of words has run its course, you will feel empty and quiet. This is good. It is the clean space after a storm. Now here is the second critical instruction for this day. You must not read what you have written. Not yet. The truth is still too raw, the ink still wet. To read it now would be to invite the inner critic, the editor, the voice of fear back into the room. We are not allowing that. The scribe's work must be honored. So you will take the pages, and without rereading a single word, you will fold them neatly. Fold them once or twice, sealing the energy within. Then, you will place this letter in a safe, dark, cool place. A drawer, a book, a small box. You are putting it down to rest. You are allowing the truth to settle. For the rest of the day, your only task is to notice the new space inside you. Notice the lightness. Notice the quiet. You have taken the ghost that was haunting your inner world and given it a body of paper and ink. It is no longer a formless specter. It is a tangible thing. And because it is now a thing, it can be handled. It can be released. The great work of transcription is done. Tomorrow, we complete the ritual. On the third and final day, as the sun begins to set, the energy of this Mercury transit will be at its absolute peak, before it begins to wane. This is the moment of release. Go to the place where you have kept your letter. Take it out. Hold it in your hands. You can feel the weight of the words inside, the honesty sealed in the folds. Now you have a choice to make, and your intuition will be your only guide. There is no wrong answer, only the path that feels most true to you. There are two ways to release this truth into the world: the way of fire or the way of water. The way of fire is for truths that require radical severance, for endings that need to be swift and absolute. If your letter is a declaration of independence, a final goodbye to an old self, or the ending of a bond that has become a chain, this is your path. You will take the letter to a safe place where you can burn it: a fireplace, a fire-safe bowl, an outdoor pit. As you light the corner of the paper, you will not see it as an act of destruction. You are transmuting the energy. You are releasing the story from its physical form and sending its essence, its intention, into the ether. You are sending the message on a spiritual channel, trusting that the universe has received it. Watch the words turn to smoke and ash. Watch the paper curl and disappear. As the last ember dies, know that the energetic contract written on that page has been incinerated. The old bond is broken. You are free. The way of water is for truths that require integration, for understandings that need to be absorbed back into the fabric of your life. If your letter is one of self-forgiveness, of a painful but necessary truth to a loved one, of a new promise to yourself, this is your path. You will take the letter and a bowl of water. You will tear the letter into small pieces. Do it slowly, consciously. As you tear, you are breaking down the old story into manageable parts. Place the pieces into the bowl of water. Watch as the ink begins to bleed, as the sharp edges of the paper soften and dissolve. You are returning the words to the emotional current from which they came. You are reabsorbing the wisdom of your own truth, letting it become a part of you in a new, fluid way. Let the pieces soak until they are pulp. Then you will take this water, thick with dissolved truth, and you will pour it onto the earth. Give it to a houseplant, or pour it at the base of a tree. You are feeding the soil of your life with your own honesty, planting the seeds of a future that will grow from this new, acknowledged reality. Notice that in neither path do you mail the letter. The purpose of this ritual was not to force a confrontation. It was to make the truth undeniable to you. It was to end the civil war inside your own heart. Once you have completed this act of release, the external conversation you have been dreading will cease to be a terrifying performance. It will become a simple, natural consequence of your new inner alignment. The words will come, easily and calmly, when the time is right, because you are no longer carrying the crushing weight of their suppression. You have honored the scribe. You have cleared the ledger. The path forward is now clear. You did not find this by accident. You were not scrolling aimlessly. Something in you, that deep, quiet part that felt the pressure changing in the atmosphere of your soul, led you here. It recognized the hum behind your own eyes and sought out a name for it. It knew the scribe was returning and wanted to be ready. Your presence here is not passive. It is an act of courage. It is the first step you took in honoring this potent cosmic tide. You are not behind. You are not late. You have arrived at this moment of clarity at the exact time you were meant to, with the precise experiences you needed to understand the message that was waiting. The restlessness you felt was not a flaw. It was a summons from your own highest wisdom, calling you to attention, telling you to be ready, because a gate was about to open. You have listened. You have stayed through the discomfort. You have allowed these words to land and to mirror the unnamed truth you have been carrying. That is the work. The rest is just a matter of picking up the pen. The bravest act is already done, the act of admitting to yourself that something must change, that a truth must be spoken. Everything that follows is simply the unfolding of that first, brave admission. So I want to honor you. I want to acknowledge the courage it takes to stand at a threshold like this one, knowing that to step through it is to change everything. And now, a final invitation. In the space below, in the comments, I want you to perform one last act of declaration. You are going to write the single word that came to you on the first night of the ritual, the theme of your unwritten letter. Do not share the story. Do not give the context, just the word. Freedom, courage, truth. Enough. Goodbye. Begin. Home. Whatever it is, distill the entire universe of your letter into that one potent word and leave it here. This is not for me. This is for you and for the others. Your word will be a testament. It will be a quiet bell ringing out in the digital darkness. And someone else, reading these words, feeling that same hum behind their eyes, will scroll down and see your word, and in it, they will find their own. They will see your courage and know they are not alone on this path. Your single word could be the spark that lights their own fire. Hours were spent in the archives of these old traditions, reading the star charts of forgotten empires and the diaries of medieval mystics, so that the course for you could be made clear, so the instructions could be precise. If this guidance has served you, if it has illuminated the path, then subscribe and ring the bell so that you do not miss the next time a gate like this one opens. We are on this journey together. Stand now in the power of your own clear mind. The arrow has been loosed. The scribe is at his desk. The page is waiting. The truth will set you free. But first it must be written.